All right, guys, welcome back. This is where we are with the trailer build so far. I'm getting ready to paint. I have to sand down, distress all this bare metal from the frame itself. So then we can have this right here. I bought the Raptor Tough Protective Coating. It's a bed liner spray-on kit. Comes with its own gun, the bed liner, and then you mix it all with the hardener right there. You just hook it up to your air compressor, then you slowly spray it on. We're gonna do about 4 coats. We're also gonna do the trailer. I'm gonna stuff this all down, take the tires off, clean up where we took those fenders off there on each side, and get this thing ready for the more final look until we start accessorizing it with our tent, our topper, and everything else we have over here. So once I start sanding these down, I'll come back and show you what I used and what grit to have the best adhesion for that bed liner. But I still have a couple more purchases I have to make, like the prep ball for after we get done sanding to get all the grease, oil, and all the other residue off of the metal. But like I said, for now, that's where we're sitting. I'll be right back with another update. All right, guys, so what I'm doing here is I am etching into the metal with some 80 grit sandpaper so then that bed liner can adhere to it. And I'm also going to be sanding these down. Then once I get all this sanded on each side, every corner, I am just going to be using some simple green degreaser and some microfiber towels to get all the other residue off, so then the bed liner has the best adhesion to it. So once I get all this sanded down, I'm going to start just scuffing up the paint on the trailer, getting the stickers off, grinding out the rest of the extra metal residue that I left over from where the fenders were cut off at, and getting everything ready to be prepped to paint. Okay, so I have everything sanded for the most part. Got all the frame structure for the tent frame sanded down. What I'm doing is I'm going to tilt this up and take the angle grinder to those spots I left at the very beginning of this build to grind down, and then I'm going to be able to sand behind here once the wheels are off. This here, I'm only going to be sanding all the flat surfaces. This cut up stretched metal there, I'm gonna spray it. I don't think it's gonna stick too well because I'm not gonna sand it much at all, but I am gonna try with whatever leftover sandpaper I have just to scuff up the top surface, just to try to create that best adhesion for the bed liner. So I'm gonna get this trailer tilted straight up, throw some cinder blocks, the four-wheeler, whatever I grab first to get it up, take the tires off, and then fully sand everything down to get it ready to be painted. As you can see here, I'm using the simple green all-purpose cleaner to degrease all of this metal, and it feels night and day after sanding it, getting all that grease off. These ones are still in the process of it, but just from doing 2 of them, that rag's nasty. So I also went ahead and grinded down those spots, got all that rust off of the frame that we're actually spraying, and it is looking 100 times better. Here's a more zoomed out version, but I still got to wipe down up here. I got to grab a step stool to get up there, but I think what I'm gonna do is lay a pole across here and hang all of those beams so I can spray the trailer and the beams at the same time and get all around them. The only problem with doing that is I'm still trying to figure out how to do the corner brackets, but I can always just spray those later. But yeah, so for now, I'm gonna wipe everything down, possibly get the boards taped up and everything else that I don't want oversprayed on. And hopefully the next update is showing how to use that bed liner over there. So like I said, this is the Raptor Tough Protective Coating, spray guns included. I had to do a little redneck ingenuity to get my own adapter onto this gun for my air tank. And if you can see, I have it set for 50 for the regulator, because when you're spraying this, it's best recommended from 40 to 60. For now, I'm just gonna mix this. So what you do is you fill this is the hardener, up to the fill line for each bottle. Then after, you pour this into the bottle, and once you do that, you want to spray this as fast as possible. So you put the hardener in there and you shake it for about 2 minutes, and then you put it on your gun to spray. And the reason you do that is because you don't want the solution not to mix. So we're gonna shake this for about 2 minutes. I'll hook it up and then start spraying the trailer, the hinges, and my frames over here. I'm gonna get back spray on the back door here, but that's fine. I'll be repainting the barn soon anyways. But yeah, this is how I have everything set up. And after 60 minutes, you do another spray. But when I get the tires thrown back on, I will spray the top up here to make sure we're getting everything covered as best as possible. But for now, I'll transition it right into the next bit when we're ready. So currently I'm getting another bottle of this ready. I'm going to be spraying the parts I couldn't, like the tongue on this trailer, while it was standing up. And then I'm also, like I said, going to be spraying this. Not that I think it's going to hold up, but just to match it for the time being. It turned out great though. I did 2 coats around everything. Got that nice Raptor liner effect on it. I turned these around after doing the 2 coats on the sides and the back side. So I just got to spray the fronts on these now. And then once all that is done, I'll lay everything out on the trailer, do one last go around on how everything looks. And then in a different video, I will be assembling it all together when I have more help to, 1, rebuild the frame, make sure everything's set clear. 2, have 2 other people to put that up on top for me. And then start assembling all the other accessories we have going on with it. But like I said, I gotta finish the front, the back, and then these, and I'm just gonna call it a day. It's been terribly hot out, super humid, and I'm just dying of a little heat exhaustion right now. But like I said, I'll cut this video and transition it right back into the next part. So this is the finished product of that bed liner. It was my first time doing it. I feel like it went really well. I didn't have any, but definitely wear gloves. I've been scrubbing at this crap for about 20 minutes. I can't get it off. But we got all these corner brackets double sprayed. The trailer looks great. Really takes away from that gloss look we had to begin with. I'm not going to assemble it for about another week. You're supposed to let this bed liner sit for about 6 days to fully harden. But if you look here, the only downside we had is we had a little overspray, but that's not a problem. We're gonna sand this all down anyways and stain the deck of the trailer here a dark stain to really tie everything all together. Another thing we have to touch up on is these are the parts that were sitting in the grass holding up the rest of these to be fully painted. So just on these 3 tall ones, we'll have to touch up those edges, but I'm not gonna order any more of that Raptor liner. I'm just gonna get the cheap spray can, rattle can, bed liner, and just touch those up a little bit. But yeah, once these fully adhere, we're going to build that frame and finally get a way better look at everything we're doing. But yeah, for now, that's the rest of the update on the trailer build so far. It's starting to come together, looking really good. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, we'll be back up with another update within the next couple weeks here now.